shut up for a moment there to listen to that, but Mav looking across, he'll be coming up pit lane right now, I'll bet. That's your 90-degree corner. Or did he just kill it on the way in?
Chuck in neutral, turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah, something not right there, so that'll be data logger.
Here we go.
Let's have a listen as well, with a bit of luck. Not going to be able to. He knew something was wrong by the time he got to the braking. Every lap will be live, of course, here, and you can follow us throughout the weekend on BT Sport 2, pretty much. FP3 start. Stay with us throughout the weekend. They're early starts, but even though the World Championship has been won, I've got a feeling we're in for one of those weekends.
Something that they throw at us.
Yeah, so to be in Japan, Japanese motorcycles, of course, are at the front end of about it, hasn't it? From day one.
Always, always.
Endure the pain of the weekend, when really he could have given Zarco the ride here.
Yeah, but I mean, being it's on, maybe not, but you're here showing your fans what you can do.
And of course, if it rains, it'll be a much easier race.
You never know.
The man that will want to be doing it in the MotoGP class. Could be a big weekend for the Japanese this weekend.
Knows if he wins this weekend on that bike, the Yamaha are going to go nuts. I mean, they're going to love it. Same with everybody else.
Might not have done anything the rest of the year, but if you win the Suzuka 8 Hour, you're almost guaranteed getting a ride with a Japanese manufacturer.
Yeah, true that.
On the podium.
Well, was the 2015 was the last Yamaha victory here, correct?
Yeah.
So he was pretty handy around this place.
Well, yeah,
for a number of years.
He's got all the. 7 is a pretty ambitious time to beat.
I mean, we're 2.5 seconds off of that right now.
Actually, that is a fair comment. It's unusual because and at this racetrack, it might be one of those places characteristically that still the old Bridgestone tyre may be just that little bit more stable into the corners where you.
The last year that Bridgestone, they knew it was going to be their last year. And I think secretively, internally, they thought, we're going to bring some tires, we're going to...
Valentino Rossi chases the KTM out of victory corner. 9 puts him 0.6 off of the top time by Dovizioso.
Not looking good on my side of here, sorry.
Bike number 20 over the line. What's he got for us this weekend? Is he going to get that win this year? He was a little below and had his win taken away from him. Me and Michael were discussing it earlier on today. So Quartararo 10th and a bit off. Danilo Petrucci, 3rd place for him at the moment. So obviously the Ducati's looking reasonable.
Although Quartararo, 10 out of 10, that was his quickest lap. Valentino, same. Miller hadn't gone quicker since his 3rd flying lap.
From last year, which seems to be a little bit more compliant. Vinales, that's not a bad time either. So Vinales by 0.04 of a second.
You know, it's so weird, and I could never understand it either because I've ridden this bike a million laps around here. You suffer on the acceleration, turn it up too much. For some reason, the Yamaha kind of works in a longer distance race.
Kind of does, and we'll be seeing some of that. No, that would be hard, wouldn't it? Seeing your teammate disappearing up the road as he's about to watch.
Yeah,
it would be it's always you've been there, I've been there. It's a difficult thing when you've got a teammate that's what's going to take the time. You know, next year, Honda won't sack him. Because they just don't. But they,
as a company, you don't want anybody on your factory bike running outside the top 6 or 7. Ever.
I hear exactly what you're saying, but they're not giving the bike that works better than Lorenzo's or better than Cal Crutchlow's. It's just that he makes it work.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's a false sense of security in a lot of ways because they're relying so much on Mark to make it work. Cares. The value that he brings to Honda at the moment is absolutely huge because to make a 10th place motorbike a 1st place.
Absolutely.
I wonder, you know, I'll ask you this question because I know the answer from my own off the hook regarding the championship because you've already done it and you've already won.
Honestly, I was never a crazy rider. I was always smooth. I would say my pace was my pace. That's my feeling, because he can just pull the pin and see you guys later.
Well, that was basically my question, was that is he going to be a guy that's prepared to push his luck now? And the rounds perhaps, you're free and easy, you can do what you like.
And there's another thing, and I've thought about this on the way here. There is anything that you want to test to kind of get a head start on next year. Now's the time to do it. The pressure's off of you. You can actually be doing a lot of development, a lot of testing.
Down the back straight, up and over the hill, down towards that turn 11. Hard braking here as you drop down the hill, and it just keeps on dropping. Joanne Stiggerfeld at the wall. Quartararo quicker again.
Fabio's got a pretty good pace going on here
for the last few tenths of a second are the bits that count, but you're right, Quartararo there. On screen.
That base is loaded, we got out of that one.
Anybody understand American
baseball?
Baseball, then he hit 130k ball apparently.
Oh, really?
He did, and he was challenging us. He's challenged me to money.
Oh, like the batting cages?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, so...
exactly.
Which he probably would. Moto did exactly the same thing, and that natural tendency when you look round to twist the throttle at the same time is... Here we go. Jesus Miller. Out of turn 10, down towards that infamous turn 11, following Gintoli down there on the brakes. It's where the, I was going to say the Ducati stayed.
4 tenths and that.
Yeah, what was that about?
Look at all the stuff hanging off this bike.
It sits as well, quite, Miller's bike looks like to end the lap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Valentino Rossi, and that's coming up to 13.
This afternoon or tomorrow.
It's supposed to rain today. We had a bit of it this morning. Whether it comes back in later on this afternoon, clouds are quite heavy out there.
But it looks like the track's actually there. Where I'm going is, you're going to throw some new tires in it and qualify to qualify.
It's the thing, isn't it? You're talking about if it rains tomorrow. And this could be the final dry session, of course. And if that's the case, top 10 going through. It's not coming up from qualifying 1 into qualifying 2. So you want to get yourself through if you can. And at the minute, top 10 down to Joan Mir. Nakagami's outside, Crutchlow's out. Names down there. Bagnaia, Oliveira. Callio's obviously taken the place of Zarco on the KTM permanently for the rest of the year. He's down in 20th place. And doing a good job for Suzuki. Glad that they kind of look after him with plenty of wildcards as well.
Mir, Joan Mir.
Joan Mir up the order here. So drops down towards that infamous turn 11. Haven't seen any rain flags, so that's kind of a top 10. Here comes Gintoli. What's he got for us? 1.2, won't see much of him. Might move up a bit. Doesn't do it. He too lost what I was saying earlier in this session, that it means such a lot. Well, I don't, Suzuki being the smaller of the factories, you must say. I mean,
Callio's probably one of the big
bike. Or rather, Johnny Ray's doing it for them.
Yeah, I have to say, though, that they probably, Kawasaki I'm talking about, probably still have a bad taste.
But KTM have really chucked the money at it, and they're taking away their Moto 2 effort next year as well. So concentrating even more of their...
A lot of HRC guys, and not even just some, but, Tex and Flojo and all the guys I used to work with.
Maybe the big factor here is that Honda lost them.
Yeah, true.
And that's why Honda perhaps find themselves just a little bit without the depth. Not just they have around the paddock.
Yeah.
Even the guy loading the truck has input.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a situation where everybody's perspective is
lost
a bit, but not much. Now then, who's that in front of him coming down into the braking area? Out of the way goes Abraham, so... he was at the third sector. You could add a couple of tenths to that at least, having run wide. Make that 7 tenths.
Get that thing slowed down.
To that at least, having run wide. Downhill.
Yeah, I was just watching him the whole time, just tense, trying to get that thing slowed down.
That looked a bit awkward from some. Ken has the facial expression of the front of the Suzuki. Dovi, the best thing to have happened in recent years.
Probably one of the most expensive things, but definitely the best thing.
I wonder when it's going to translate to...
If there is, please correct us. Yeah, that would be...
MotoGP, you can be on Twitter if you want to. I don't think there is there? I'm fairly sure there's not. Morbidelli's on. He comes of age, I wonder. Is this the Grand Prix where he gets the better of his teammate? 45.9.
I got a lot of red helmets on the screen over here.
New tyres. Beats.
Mir's got another good lap.
Here we go then. Quartararo up past the obelisk. Comes Quartararo. Surely this... Yeah, must have run deep and he lost it. 10th place still for Quartararo.
2 tenths.
See how that goes in that third sector. 2:10. Your braking point suddenly negated, isn't it? You've got to brake a little earlier
and
rather
at the same
than late.
time, you want to brake deeper. So you have to actually back it off.
Still goes top. 45. Turning out a bit that way. Good to see the Suzuki's there as well in 4th and 5th place. It's not a racetrack you don't like. Or if it is, he still goes fast on it.
Still goes quick.
Which is the bit that counts. Rins to the line. Wide. Too many faces in your... Too many bikes in your eye line, I think.
Yeah, so Marquez is done. He's on a quick one. Quartararo's...
Mars. From Marquez, whose lap won't be anywhere because he's just caught himself up in traffic. Dovi goes a little quicker, but it's still only 8th place. Miller's in front of him on the Pramac bike. So,
Vinales
14 to get on the gas and pick it up onto this straight.
4-inch front. It just gets cumbersome.
It looks it. That's the word, cumbersome. Over the line, Vinales takes it, and not by a little bit. 43.7 is still Lorenzo's 2015 overall.
Let's see how you get there from here.
It's a long way, isn't it? Well, that was intriguing towards the end, wasn't it? 63 blasts off, that's bang. Fabio Quartararo, in the end, pushed back by the factory bikes. Look at that Petronas team, 2nd and 3rd, the independent bikes. Well, that was a bit messy.
Ducatis, they just kind of power and push, whereas the Yamaha has this tendency to kind of
try and flip you.
Lift the front.
Yeah.
The other route.
Inside of that track where the starting place is green.
It is, but it's not any different. You're not slipping or spinning.
Plenty to... I can't say plenty. Plenty to come still here live on BT Sport, of course. I know it's early morning, but you might want to stay with us on the 29 bike. Pol Espargaro. There's Sylvain Guntoli, a bit of a hero of mine. I've got to say, Sylvain, it's always a pleasure to see Sylvain around the paddock. For FP2 coming up live later.